Hi, Rocky.
Okay.
Hi, Rocky. Hi, Rocky.
Okay, Rebecca, I'm interviewing now. You're on film.
Okay.
Video.
All right. Why I like this painting? Because it was blowing sand in the desert, and it was really inhospitable. And everything had decayed into the desert floor that had been alive the month before when we were there. And it was so interesting. It was just really raw and cold. And so I saw this pile of sticks, and it sort of seemed like bones. And a lot of the bushes in the painting I painted over, so they look like skeletons or ghosts. So it's like, to me, this really should be called Ghosts of the Desert Floor. I like that sort of degeneration and disintegration of the landscape.
Ghosts of the Desert Floor. What's it actually called?
It's just called Sucker Creek because I always name it where it was.
The location?
Yeah, where it exactly was. I love Sucker Creek. And before,
is that Washington or Oregon?
Oregon. It's in the Jordan Valley, which is actually full of Basque sheep herders. So they have Basque restaurants in like this little podunk town. There'll be like a Basque restaurant, but it's so remote. It's really cool. I don't know how to explain it.
Do they have those little sheep herder wagons? You know what
wish
I'm talking about?
If there was a gypsy wagon, I'd have one.
Yeah.
But no, there aren't, and there's nothing for miles but more desert and more wind and more dirt.
Yeah.
But I love it. And we actually went, it's Land of the Thunder Eggs, and an old man gave us a treasure map on a napkin where he drew actual, like a line with an arrow and an X, and it was like, find it here and go a mile past the canyon, and we hiked forever and we couldn't find it. And I brought home all these rocks I thought were thunder eggs, and we sawed them in half on the wet saw, and they were dumb rocks. I'm like, oh my God, we have all these dumb rocks sawed in half.
No thunder eggs.
No, but I found petrified wood, I found crystals, and I used a lot of those in my last mosaics. And I painted on little rocks and set those in the center of my mosaics as part of the transition from mosaics to painting. And a lot of it are things I found in the desert. Some days you would just look straight down at Sucker Creek in the desert, and it looked like a rock shop had dumped like the contents of a rock shop. And I kind of thought, you know what, I could be a rock hound. I could be a really dorky rock hound with a visor and like stumbling around the desert painting, and it's going to beat hell, and I have a craggy face, and I'd be totally happy. But you have to go to Starlight Cafe because they have the best pie. So that would be our thing. We would go, and on our way in and out of the desert, you have to drive like 45 minutes to get pie. But it weighs about, each piece probably weighs about 1.5 pounds, and it's packed full of like fruit and blackberries. And they have their pie case in the middle of the restaurant like a big shrine. It's awesome. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Thanks, Rebecca.